This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Kalshi. Make real money predicting sports. Kalshi is available in all 50 states, and you get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration. Over.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man. San Diego Superchargers.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Good morning. If you're live,
good morning.
Maybe
Top
good
of the
afternoon.
morning. If you're watching live here, youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Got a double header here. We're doing college basketball right now, and then in the afternoon, talking some props with our buddy CJ. But joining us on the line from the college experience, Colby Nate, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
I hear those sirens in the background, and I just figured that was the FBI after we notified the. I feel like we nailed majority of those. I told you guys this when I was. I think I told you guys this when I was at Mountain West Media Days. I did get contacted by someone saying you guys were spot on the gambling, the fixed games last year. Gave me their card to report any that I see this year.
Now, of course, this is if you missed it.
Sorry, card. What kind of establishment did they work for?
The conference.
Oh wow! What are you, a narc?
Of course.
Yeah, for the conference, I think it was. They might even work for another conference as well.
Oh wow!
So yeah.
This is like the Chuck Norris of policing gambling situations in college, huh?
Yeah. If you missed the story, what Colby's referring to is 26 people were charged in connection with rigging college basketball games as part of an FBI investigation. Not only college basketball, but also Chinese basketball, which created one of the best quotes. I
have the quote here. Hold on.
This is a text exchange between a couple of the gentlemen involved. Nothing guaranteed in this world but death, taxes, and Chinese basketball. So that is, I mean, that is just amazing. That's just amazing. That and I quickly read it before we hopped on, and Colby, yeah, I feel like you guys have mentioned a bunch of these teams that were listed in some of these indictments as like not passing the eye test. At least they met, some of them were like first half games, which was certainly interesting. But yeah, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And again, this is people say like, "Oh, come on, this is a problem with gambling." Meanwhile, all these people get caught because they're betting on regulated books that monitor a lot of this type of shit. And this is how a lot of this gets flagged. You know, when someone's betting 458,000 on Towson to beat UNC A&T, and they don't, these people that are involved in these things don't realize that the books hire a monitoring service, and a lot of them hire the same service so that, hey, okay, you're over on DraftKings. Hey, we're taking a lot of money on Towson. Oh wait, FanDuel says they're taking a lot of money on Towson. BetMGM says they're taking. Oh wait, shit, something could be going on.
How much money is Towson's athletic department in general?
Yeah. Well, that's the hilarious thing is they go after these small markets because the kids aren't making any money. They're easier to bribe, you would imagine. But then they don't realize on the other side, betting these large amounts on these games raise a ton of red flags.
Couple things. Do we think so the average layman who comments on this kind of stuff and says blames gambling.
Yeah.
Do you think they actually believe this doesn't this hasn't been occurring.
Well, I mean, Henry Hill, they got busted, and that was back with the mob in the Boston College days, and that was like, you know, what, and the problem. It happened. I mean, the most egregious one happened before the repeal of PAPSPA, Donaghy, and that was the most egregious one. You want to talk about dollar amounts, and they were getting away with it for a long time because this was before legalization, before there was as many of these monitoring services and stuff like that. Like they got away with it for a much longer period.
I think there'll be more this year too. To tell you the truth, we were. It's ironic that this dropped today, even though we kind of knew they'd kind of like Eastern Michigan and A&T and stuff. We had known they were marked. The FBI had kind of released.
They had been investigating these teams, a lot of these for a while.
Yeah. Is there relevance to the date this coming out now?
No, I if so, I missed it, but it is like to me, we were talking about this on the show last night. Not this news being released, but I think there'll be a bunch more this year. Last night there was a perfect game. It was Middle Tennessee at Louisiana Tech. I think it should be flagged. I think that should be flagged. I think the Rider game should be flagged from yesterday. There's just a rhythm to the basketball games that don't make sense. And Eastern Michigan is on this list from last year. We pinpointed that exact game on our show. Go back and listen to it. We said, this is a rigged game.
You got to go back.
They were so bad in the first half, or they're so good in the first half and so bad in the second half. It is hard to believe. Like,
go back.
How is this?
Colby, go back and make a clip of you guys calling it, and
100%,
and cut it in with some screenshots of all this other stuff.
Now, I have such a hard time. So the person that is probably anti-gambling already, who sees this story and then wants to blame gambling and say that gambling is the reason this is happening, also doesn't see it as a positive that the oversight and the watchdog industry that we have now because of legalization has allowed us to catch this shit without 20-year investigations and getting cops inside the mob to figure out what happened. I mean, if you read the Donaghy story, if you know anything about the Donaghy story, how much time was spent by federal authorities digging into that? An insane amount of time. And so the person who hates gambling, wants to blame gambling, shut down gambling, also doesn't see this as a good thing. And in their world, what happens if they shut off gambling and it goes back to being Costa Ricans and offshores? None of this happens. These people are high thinking retards. To have an opinion. Sorry, real quick, Colby. To have an opinion that this isn't a positive. Let me give you an example. The government sees or has this idea that there's a lot of drugs being dealt in the inner cities. So they make a law that says you can no longer sell this drug. They start arresting a shit ton of drug dealers. Did they start selling drugs because the selling of the drugs was illegal? Or was it always happening and now they have a reason to catch them? This is so dumb. And we're going to have to deal with this again and again. And it's going to be, especially in California, it's going to be something brought up for the argument against gambling. It's retarded.
Well, and college basketball, I think, is basketball compared to football, such an easier sport to manipulate. And then
but you're cooked. You can't do it. All the legalization has done is made it so that they're sharing all your data. Like there are companies like US Integrity that their only function is selling data to the sports books about quality of data, quality of action, quality of customer, all this stuff that allows everyone to be on the same playing field. This is insane. Like the backlash that will come from this, and it will be talked about how we shouldn't be allowed to bet on college. Like there are states currently that do not allow you to wager on college sports, do not let you wager on the colleges. New Jersey, talk about dumbass ideas. You can't, you know what? You can't bet on Rutgers in New Jersey. Okay. Like you dumb motherfuckers. That's not going to fix the problem. Anyway, shout out to the people doing this too. We know plenty of people that probably fancy themselves intelligent at being able to get down large amounts across many accounts with this type of information. You ask them, it's only gotten harder. But you know what they probably wouldn't do? This feels like an amateur attack, right?
Let's just say, for example, we had somebody on the a couple of guys on the roster of Southern Miss, and we're saying, hey, we're doing this. Wouldn't you? I mean, am I crazy, or is it less is more? But wouldn't you take like 10 friends of yours, brothers, for whatever, and say, hey, place small wagers. That's not flag the fucking game. Right?
Well, that's well, also the problem is
10 people.
You tell 10 people, and then everyone loves a good inside tip. And they're not being careful, honestly, with the amounts any of these amounts. It's like the guy who was trying to bet on the Alabama baseball game. They had like $2,000 on all college baseball for the whole day, and he was trying to bet 150,000 on one particular game.
Well, that's what I mean. It makes me think,
come on, guys, you're so dumb.
And frankly, if you were trying to execute something like this, you would not be going to regulated books. You would be hitting a network of 200 local guys using less sophisticated software, dealing with a network of people that maybe bet on credit in a gray market situation. So I think there's so many things about this that is just, it strikes me as like, it's almost like new industry. All the grifters floated in and they had no idea how to play the game. Cause this feels like, and it feels like what happened was they were getting away with it. And so they just kept pushing it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I retweeted someone. I can't recall off the top of my head. Shared the Kent State Buffalo game in the first half where Kent State goes on a 12-0 run.
Yes, just saw that.
To end the first half, and I like I said, we nailed majority of these on the show because it just looks weird. It looks like they're giving up.
Well, that's the last bit, right? Like with AI and just more awareness to it. Guess what? Between everyone wanting to call it out. And eventually we will, there will be AI systems to develop to basically identify what Colby's saying. This does, like, as someone who's watched thousands of basketball games, it's just like when you watch an AI video, like early AI videos, your brain immediately goes, this isn't real. And they need that for which, like you said, in most of these cases, it's pretty obvious, right? Because acting is hard.
Well, and you don't have the whole team on the take, so you're seeing the discrepancies with the roster. You're like, "What the fuck? Why is this guy just completely throwing the ball out of bounds?" And the other guys like playing hard.
And that's why, if you're really like, if you were intelligent about this, you wouldn't attack players. You'd attack coaches. Obviously, players probably come cheaper, but
no, you attack the point guard, and that's probably the best because he's the easiest one that can generate.
Or the ref that has he's also a part-time librarian while he's refereeing in the CAA in the nights. Like.
All right, let's get into the games. Before we do, shout out to Avo. Hey, if you want to lock in a profit, guarantee a profit legally, you can do it with arbitrage betting. That's right, betting on both sides. Avo does a great job. Look at this super clean dashboard, and it's an awesome tool. Basically, you connect your books that you have access to, and then Avo will say, "Hey, do you realize if you play the Bills on one side and the Broncos on this side at this price at this amount, and then this price on this amount, you're guaranteeing yourself a profit." They make it super easy to use, and it's if you got questions, they're there for you. The support is great. They even have their own Discord at AVO Official, and you can get started today now at avo.bet and use promo code SGPN for $18 off. That's avo.bet, promo code SGPN for $18 off. And we're also brought to you by Kalshi. Kalshi is a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. You want to get down on college basketball, college football. We got the national championship game, huge Saturday slate of games. We got professional football playoffs.
Do you want to reflect on how wild it was that you were doing a Kalshi read, looking at the Kalshi odds for John Harbaugh as even in your head, you're like, that's weird. 98%.
Well, and I said, on last night's divisional picks episode, I decided to pull up the latest odds on Harbaugh to be the next Giants head coach, and it had shot up to like 98, 99%. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, wait. So it's already happened. And then Kramer said the text came in from Shefty that Harbaugh is the new head coach. But again, those are super fun markets, and obviously games, sides, props. They really have everything you want to trade over on Kalshi, available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account when they use our promo code SGPN. T's and C's do apply. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN.
All right, and that market is actually still open, so you can still trade because it's not officially official.
Okay, but what is it, like 99.99?
Yeah. You're not doing much. All right. Yeah, good work by you, and good work by the New York Football Giants. Colby, which this is not basketball related, but Jim Leonard currently in the building with the New York Football Giants. Very exciting potential.
Should have
DC
been
hire.
Wisconsin's next head coach. Remember, he was the interim, and I thought he did fairly well. And they went with Fickle.
Bad move.
Yeah, I mean, Leonard should definitely be. I mean, I could see him being a very good hire there.
He's a havoc coach. It's fun. That's the kind of defensive coordinator you want. Someone that's trying to get after it. All right. So this Colby gave us one. Appreciate it, Colby. We will be at the Circus. Always nice to have a Friday game. Baylor, Kansas. Now it's been a little while since we've talked college ball, so we're gonna have to update ourselves a little bit. How are we feeling here? Kansas laying a big number, 12.5 projected by Pick Dundee. I assume these are all projected.
Yes. Well, first off, last night was like the best day of the season, probably because you had just so many great games last night.
My Hokies got that was horrible.
Oh,
they've had 3 losses in conference play, and they're all crazy.
Everything's a close game.
Losses.
Everything's a close game. This team is going to be so battle tested.
So Virginia Tech had a 4-point lead with the ball with 7 seconds left, and lost by 1.
They've blown.
I mean, that's hard to do. That's hard to fucking.
Did you watch the Stanford game? That was even worse.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because I did watch the Stanford game because you were up like double digits, but I don't know because you had what are the chances they could even get 2 shots in.
This team has lost. This team has lost a couple games they had no business losing, but they also have won games in crazy fashion too. Anyway, Kansas Baylor.
Going back to what I was saying, the past week, you saw Kansas get beat down by West Virginia, and this is not a great West Virginia team. And they asked Bill Self after the game about and he said, "Well, the game of basketball has changed. We used to have NBA players on our bench. We don't anymore. Everybody, can go out and get talent." So once again, that's another development. If you're thinking just Indiana and college football in the national championship and Ole Miss in the Final Four, it's happening in college basketball too right now. You look at the landscape. We're going to talk about Vanderbilt and Nebraska later on. 2 of the better teams in college hoops right now.
Am I crazy to think Baylor hangs around in this game? I mean, if you're projecting 12.5, I'm all over Baylor. I think at Baylor, anything that's touching double digits or close, I think you got to take Baylor. I mean, TCU took Kansas to OT. I mean, they are not teams in this realm, and I think Baylor playing pretty decent basketball, offensive rebounding, dominating, top 5 in the nation. Aren't they going to be able to hang around with Kansas? I know it's always tough to go into the fog and get the win, but I don't know. It feels like this game's going to be competitive. This feels like a lot of points to lay for a good Baylor team.
Yeah, if this is the number they hit you with, I think this would be the one. It's just a little steep for me. Normally at the Fog, Kansas, you saw them; they just beat Iowa State, who was undefeated and top 5 in the country. But one of the things Baylor's done, Scott Drew got a lot of shit for bringing the NBA player James Nagy or whatever back. Remember, he was drafted in the NBA but never played.
So great,
and he came
so great.
He came in the second semester. For Baylor, they went out and got him.
It's awesome.
But here's the thing: is that I don't know if it was the media just milking that story. Every coach was kind of calling him out, and then Scott Drew says, "Look, if these are the rules, until you make them employees, My job is to make Baylor the best they are, or the best they can be. And I saw a weakness. I went out and got a guy. But however, the guy they brought in, I don't know if it just switched up the chemistry, but they were playing pretty bad with him. But then they limited his minutes the other night, and they got a huge win at Oklahoma State. So something to monitor there. But I'm with you.
That's hilarious. It's like you were drafted in the NBA. You go back to college. They're like, the rotation's not really working. We're going to put you on a minutes restriction. It's like, wait, does he have
I wonder if it pissed off the locker room. That's what that's what Mac and Mac were thinking.
Does he have to go to class? What's the rule on that?
Allegedly, it's Baylor. They would never break any rules, right?
It just seems like, come on, can we just agree that their degree is in basketball?
Yeah,
and their classes are.
I didn't come here to play accounting.
Their classes are weightlifting, cardio, basketball theory.
My favorite thing though is like how many people online that are like the game. Look, I don't think pros should be able to come back to college, but I do think it's hilarious. They're just like the game is ruined. It's completely ruined. Like they weren't paying for a fucking. It's almost like the game.
Yeah, I mean the age. Yeah, it's like, all right, let's be realistic about this. The easiest solution is just set an age limit. Like I don't know how we connect, but again, we can't agree on anything in college sports. It's part of its
the
charm.
State laws. Well, this is the state laws. Like it's hard to do that because
then it's like age discrimination.
Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like so,
it's very funny.
Each thing in each state, like they really fight it. But yeah, hilarious. I'll take Baylor in the points too. I think it's a bit too much, despite Kansas, at the Fog being amazing. Baylor's only won here like once in 20 years, and that was during COVID with no fans.
Kramer, what are you doing?
Colby's number is probably a bit big. I'm seeing Ken Palm's at 8, Torvik's at 12.5. So I think you have to take the points if that's the number we're picking it at. I'm only doing sharp things on this episode.
Okay.
Yeah, have you guys switched it? Have you fully switched it, Kramer, to college basketball mindset yet?
No.
Hokies? No. Okay. I thought the Giants were eliminated by like week 4.
Well, yeah, but we're hiring coaches. We also have
I can understand it if you had a team in the playoffs. You're still buying in. You're like, we could win the Super Bowl.
I like the NFL regardless. It's not just. I'm not one of these fanboys. I enjoy the entire league, betting on the league. I also have really enjoyed James Franklin laying waste to the entire landscape in the transfer portal.
Let's talk about this, Sean. Let's talk about this shit here. How about you paying James Madison $800,000?
That was
to not play. You saw.
Didn't have a choice.
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
ACC is going to a 9-game schedule.
They had to put it next year. They had to cut the game. What are you talking about?
They had to cut the game.
And that's the second time you did this.
Colby,
when they beat you the first time, you did it again in like 2014.
To be scared of James Madison,
no one's scared. It was a requirement. Colby, are you not in favor of the 9-game conference schedule?
I'm in favor of playing your local rivals.
Okay. I would love to play them, but we're in a tight spot. We had 3 spots for 4 games.
This is pathetic.
What do you mean?
We're fucked as a company. If this is what he's doing.
What do you mean?
Come on.
Sad.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I didn't make the rules. They're going to a 9-game conference situation. They had to drop the game.
When that happens, you don't just drop the game. You push it to next year, or you push it to the year after.
Oh, they'll play again in the future when JMU rises to the level where it makes sense.
Twice you've paid them to not play.
That is hilarious.
Well, I mean, they're accepting the money, so blood's on everyone's hands. And again, the ACC is requiring 9 games, so Virginia Tech must abide.
Paid $800K not to get your ass kicked by JMU. That's a sad state of the program.
That would not happen, and that's part of the reason.
The last
There's a player
time you
safety
did play,
issue.
you lost at home against JMU when they're in the FCS as like a 3 touchdown favorite.
Who was the coach of that team?
Frank Beamer.
No.
2011. It was the week after Boise State.
Oh, you're talking about God. Yeah, that was different. That's a completely different situation.
That's the last time you played James Madison. You canceled the next game because they beat you, and I think a decent amount of their fans stormed on your field. Right?
They've done some pretty horrible things at the campus of Virginia Tech, but yeah. But no, they definitely have played since. Am I wrong?
No, they canceled the next game. Patty C talks about this all the time.
Yeah, well, again, you try to help a young struggling school out, and this is the thanks you get. ACC 9-game schedule, no control. Virginia, SMU coming off a thriller, 9 a.m. on Saturday. I mean, how do you handicap SMU coming off that ridiculous game against my Hokies?
I mean, Virginia team. They were ranked before the loss at Cameron Indoor.
Virginia projected to be a 3-point favorite per Pick Dundee.
One of the best stories this year, besides Virginia Tech paying James Madison to not play, is the Wahoos. Ryan Odom, son of Dave Odom, the former UMBC head coach who upset Virginia, has been kicking ass at Virginia. They just won at Louisville the other day. They won at NC State and Will Wade. I mean, they look like the second best team in the ACC right now. The problem is this is the back-to-back away because you were just at Louisville. But you're right, with SMU winning the way they won, you got to think Virginia's got a little bit of an edge there. I'll take the Wahoos minus the points just because SMU is on cloud 9. Right.
Yeah. I mean, coming off that win, coming back and beating out the Hokies in the way they beat them out with that crazy buzzer beater, I think you got to fade them. And it's an early-ish tip time. They're going to be out hungover, still celebrating. So I like UVA laying the 3 on the road. Kramer, I assume you're taking SMU.
I don't like it, but I contractually obligated. Look at that logo too. I mean, what are we doing here with Virginia?
What is that guy? What's he holding in his hand?
Well, he clearly just harvested
Thomas Jefferson, right?
He harvested.
Is that him?
He harvested an
like
organ or something.
I don't know that I.
He's got a mason jar full of jungle juice. What's in that?
No, I think there's an organ in there. He's got a cocktail on the other hand.
Okay, an organ.
Yeah.
So he's playing the organ.
No, you know what they do at Charlottesville.
What?
Oh, just it's where the Illuminati does all the dark projects.
So some eugenics going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Could be just harvesting organs from children.
I was reading about like how the Winston Churchill had obtained a legal exemption to drink alcohol.
Oh, that was great. Yeah. And when it was prohibition and he was visiting America, he had a doctor's note saying that he needs to be drunk. It helps with his digestion.
Oh, and it worked.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
He's a delegate from another country. Kentucky, Tennessee in Knoxville, 9 a.m. tip. Tennessee projected to be a 9-point favorite. Very awesome Wildcat photo there or logo there. Colby.
So look, last night was great for many reasons. There was like 20 great basketball games last night. One of the better, actually. Going back to the SMU game and the Kentucky LSU game, Kentucky basically pulled off the Leitner shot. And this is where I remind folks to never, because there's been a lot of talk about this. They want to go to the advance the ball bullshit in the NBA, right? We had a couple of the best game endings last night. SMU had a timeout. They would have been able to advance the ball. Instead, you get like a 60-footer game winner, right? Kentucky 80-foot pass to the big man under the basket. The best plays in college basketball that anybody can remember, whether it's Bryce Drew, whether it's Christian Leitner, have been because this is an awesome rule and it rewards defense, which we have seemed to have forgotten about. Love this rule, but Kentucky won by 1. And Mark Pope, trust me, he's already had his wife's expecting twins. He was talking the other day. The other day he was talking about when they had lost again because remember they went out and spent the most for anybody. They spent the most of anybody for their team, and they've been a dud this season, man. And he's been feeling that pressure. He's been feeling that pressure in Lexington. There, he was even making comments about how I don't think he mentioned the word suicide, but he was talking about, how, I think he was trying to be funny, but he was like, yeah, I was just sitting here. It's like, I feel like, killing myself after times like this, like something of that magnitude where he was saying with his losses, and they lucked one up last night. I mean, LSU was beating them down. I think the Vols are going to drill them here. It's back-to-back away. So give me the Vols rivalry game too. to take care of business against Kentucky, but never change that fucking rule. All right, that rule is awesome. Yeah.
No, I'm with Colby. I don't have a strong opinion on the advance the ball thing, but I would say
it would be like calling a timeout in the NFL and saying, "Hey, let's put the ball at the 20-yard line because it's under 2 minutes." What are we doing?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I do agree. I guess I
just got used to it.
Never understood the genesis of the rule or why.
Why do you get an advance?
Yeah. Because you have a timeout.
Yeah, doesn't make sense. But I'm not going to the mat for it. But I agree. I mean, normally I probably would take Kentucky +9, but the situation spot just screams lay the points with the Tennessee Vols here. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, the majority of the basketball they played on the road this year has not been good. So fade Kentucky.
Tennessee laying the 9. We're all on Tennessee.
Also, just in general, I feel like we've be keenly aware to just a lot of fading of teams on back-to-backs. This time of year, college, they're coming back from break. There's other students are back on campus.
How does that impact their back-to-back?
Oh, because they're coming in and out.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's obviously creating distractions. These kids don't. We were talking before the show. Context switching is an issue for these kids. 10 a.m. on Saturday, Norman, Oklahoma. Alabama, they're people too, Sean.
No, you're citing a parenting conversation we had before the show, which no one would have any idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I was
just letting people know that we were discussing this very topic before the show.
Sure.
Alabama, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is catching 9 according to Colby. Boy, oh boy. No, I was just gonna say, boy, oh, how's our boy doing out there in Oklahoma country?
Oh man, well, in the non-con, things were looking great. They were 12-3, and you're thinking, hey, Sooners are going to do this. But since they started, once they started SEC play, they're 1-3, and they're in a desperate spot. And it's been one of the stranger things. They used to be maybe his brand of basketball has been boring, or maybe the Oklahoma City Thunder has been so good, but they used to be a lit environment back in the 90s or early 2000s. That environment's been kind of dull lately, but Porter Moser, I do think you got to start winning some of these games or you will be fired. Like this is the year. They got a new athletic director. Venables, I think last year they thought they might have to fire Venables. So they weren't going to fire Moser. But now Venables is safe. They got the money, of course. It's Oklahoma. But unfortunately, that crowd has been dull, and I think Alabama's just a lot better than them. So I'm going to lay it with Bama.
I thought there was going to be some sweet metaphor there with the dog barking in the background, and he takes Oklahoma.
Oh, I'm listening to the dog in Colby's background. I'm taking Oklahoma. I think you mentioned a desperate spot. What's more desperate than Oklahoma at home after they've lost 3 conference games in a row, and now you got Alabama on a back-to-back against the inferior Oklahoma team. This is upset city. I think Oklahoma hangs around in this game. They're the desperate team. Alabama, sure, they've been good on the road, but they lost to Vandy on the road. They're not perfect. They just put it on Mississippi State on Tuesday. It's not an easy travel from
You think they could go home?
I don't know. What do? You go back? Do they fly a private jet for college basketball?
No. I'm sure it's like a wagon and horse.
Sometimes I've seen the Pepperdine kids were on our flight once for some. They flew Southwest and they got decent money.
I assume that the SEC travels by horseback. It's close enough.
Yeah, a little wagon. I'm going Oklahoma here. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think do we think this number is too big? It's Colby being aggressive.
I mean, what bring it down a point or two?
If it's 7, are you still picking Oklahoma?
Yeah. It's 6 and above. I'm on Oklahoma.
Yeah, no, I'm on Alabama. I'm going to go against what I just said in terms of the back-to-back situation.
Yep.
You got to identify these dead teams in conference play. And Colby's right. So what do you think? Chances they have a new basketball coach next year?
very likely unless they like win the SEC tournament or something. Like I just think they got to get there's still time for them to get their shit together for this year. But you got to think if you're coming in as an athletic director, you're looking at the crowds. I mean, this is Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Like go back to the days of Mookie Blaylock and Wayman Tisdale and shit was rocking, right? Even in the 2000s when they went to the Final Four and stuff. You gotta have better fan buy-in. You gotta have better teams that are, you can't be this bad.
Yeah,
so
I'd like to say he's distracted mourning the loss of Sister Jean, but we all know that's not true.
Oh wow.
10 a.m. again on the West Coast. We're heading to Columbus for Ohio State, UCLA, a classic Big Ten matchup here.
And UCLA is just off that classic rivalry of Penn State. They were in State College yesterday. And Sky Clark, one of their better players, is a game time decision with the hamstring injury, something to monitor as they take on Jake Diebler's Crackers and Ohio State.
I'm all over Ohio State. This feels like a potential lock. I mean, UCLA on the back-to-back. Ohio State at home has been very good. They hit their free throws. Decent matchup against them. I mean, they've struggled a little bit on the road, but at home they should be able to take care of UCLA. I'll happily lay it the 3.5 here with Ohio State. Colby, what are you doing?
Yeah, I actually agree here. UCLA second. Obviously Penn State's kind of dead weight in the Big Ten, and even with that was kind of a game for a long time. Ohio State's been pretty impressive this year, even though I still don't know about the coach. I think the roster's better than I thought it was going to be. And I just think the travel. You've heard Mick Cronin bitch about this pretty much every time there's been a mic in his face. It's going to come back to bite him here. Give me the Buckeyes laying the number there.
Yeah, I think we've had good luck.
Yeah.
If I didn't say it, it's Colby is projecting a 3.5 point spread for Ohio State. Yeah, we've had good luck doing this and the inverse of this, which is second game in the new Big Ten. Whether it's East Coast team going west or West Coast team.
First game
east.
they show up. Second game is where they hit the wall, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's what we've had success with. So, and like you said, if you want to have some fun, Mick Cronin is really annoying about the travel thing. It's like it's like, okay, as someone who has been on planes before, like you're really being a drama queen about this. Ohio State laying the 3.5.
Well, it's not like anything's going to change unless you can leave for another job, Mick.
Yeah.
You know
also,
what I mean? Like
the Pac-12 will be back soon enough. I feel more and more confident that we're going to have Sean I'll make this prediction within 10 years. I think we have most of the old Pac-12 back together.
Well, the Pac-12 will be back next year.
Well, of course,
but
we got to upgrade it though. We got to upgrade it a little bit. Get UCLA in for sure. Florida, Vanderbilt, 11 a.m. tip here on the West Coast. Vandy projected to be a 5.5 point favorite on one of the. Where are you at with their court? You like it or you hate it?
I actually went for the first time the other day, and it's look. I don't like it, but I'll say this. I'll say this. I understand the mystique of it a little more, like why people defend it by going. Now, do I still think it's a good court? No. Like I'm assuming you guys haven't been, but if you go, it's basically in an old, like it looks like it's in like if you were to go see like at Pantages or something, they put a basketball court in the middle, so it's like theater seating. It's a very unique college basketball experience. I'll say that.
It's also an elevated court, right?
Yeah, well, that's why it looks like they took an old theater. I don't know this. I didn't research this, but that's what I'm led on to believe by traveling there and seeing it. It looks like it was the old, like, I don't know, some type of theater, and they converted it into a basketball stadium. So I understand it a little bit more, but it's still, you're Vanderbilt. You have a shit ton of money. Shut the fuck up and get a basketball stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's an old classic. It's a weird vibe.
So Memorial Gymnasium, built in the early 50s.
Well, that could be why. That's pretty
was
old.
dedicated as a campus memorial to students and alumni killed in World War II. Wow, Colby hates the troops. A plaque commemorating those people is displayed in the lobby. At the time of the construction, there was a serious discussion within the Vanderbilt community about whether the school should de-emphasize intercollegiate athletics as a compromise. The gym was built to hold only about 8,000 seats and could be readily adaptable to other uses. So to your point, it probably was.
Furthermore, original capacity of 6,500, and it was exactly what you're describing, meant to be multi-purpose.
Dude, I'm telling you, it feels like you're at a movie theater or something. Like it's a strange, or like not like a play. You're going to see a play. And
they're flickering the lights.
Yeah.
The middle of the 3 decks has a low ceiling when the house lights are turned off during gameplay, gives the distinct impression of watching a CinemaScope movie of basketball. Okay, I can kind of dig it. I'm surprised you don't like this, Colby. You like a unique basketball experience.
Well, dude, another thing was like to get to the. So you walk in this building, and you know you're like, okay, where's your seats? It's down the hallway there. You don't. I wasn't hearing the game, so I was thinking like no one was there, right? Or that maybe that it hasn't started yet or something like. Then you pull back this. You have to literally go through a curtain, and then it was lit. It was bonkers. It was like I was like, how did I not hear this in the hallways of the concessions or something? So very very unique. I'll give it that. If anything, my experience going there did help my overall opinion of the court. But guys, we shouldn't be talking about the court. We should be talking about how James Madison had Kurt Signetti and Mark Byington at the same time. You might remember Byington, he knocked off, or they beat Michigan State and Tom Izzo. Vanderbilt before last night was 16-0, one of the last undefeated teams. I mean, look, the 90s had Billy McCaffrey. You know, you had a little bit of success with Stallings in the 2000s, but Vanderbilt's never been this fucking good.
No, they're awesome.
I mean, it's basically Signetti in college hoops without the shit talk. And that's what Byington's been doing. To think they had both of them at the same time at JMU's unbelievable. But look, Florida obviously won the national championship a year ago, but Vanderbilt losing last night at Texas. I'm all over the doors here, man.
Yeah.
This team
ultimate bounce back. Yeah.
This team is super legit, and this place will be lit for this game. Now this is another thing that sucks about the court. And I know Greg Sankey's anti-court storming and, having fun in college sports and stuff, but it's hard I don't think you can storm this court. Like you gotta make a big time.
The usher shows you to where to storm the court.
There's a moat.
Dude, it's highly elevated. So it's like, you're going to need a boost.
a little step ladder.
If they practice it, someone gets on their all fours and acts like a step and enables everyone else.
Maybe Michael Irvin. And of course, Vandy does hit their free throw, 76.2%. Feel comfortable laying the projected 5.5. Kramer, it sounds like you're also on the Vandy bounce.
Yeah, I was also going to ask Colby, just, again, playoffs ramping down in the NFL, down to 8 teams, going through some numbers. How is Florida so bad shooting the 3 this year? To see a team like Florida bottom 10 in the nation, according to in Ken Palm's 3-point percentage, that's pretty comical.
Yeah, I mean, they might have whiffed in the portal. I don't know. Lee's getting better, the Ivy League transfer, but they lost some big guys from a year ago. Brought in Boogie Flan. That's been up and down.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is like they kind of caught lightning. They nailed it with the Walter Clayton Jr. transfer last year. Remember, coming in from Iona. That was like an unbelievable get. He played, amazing in the NCAA tournament, really towards the whole season, really. And they hit, but when you whiff, they just thought, hey, let's go grab another mid-major guard. I don't want to completely shit on Lee because I feel like he's playing better for them, but he ain't Walter Clayton Jr. I'll tell you that. I think that's been a big part of the problem.
Yeah, Florida, like I mentioned, near the bottom, ahead of big, massive programs like New Haven, Lindenwood, and East Carolina. Worst last night. Worst 3-point percentage in the country though is the moving company Ryder,
which won by 20 last night. Like I said, I want that game investigated. That game that needs to be. I need to call that number they gave me.
Yeah, you should call Vegas. That. Oh, yeah, that would be great. There, if you pull up the article reading about an insider thing, and it was it's like the data provided by instead of U.S. Integrity, data provided by Colby Dant.
No,
that's
Pick Dundee. I wanted to be as Pick Dundee.
Yeah, that's your alias.
Yeah.
You're right. That's why
Yeah.
no one will know who you are. Iowa, Indiana, 11 a.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Bloomington, where Indiana officially, per Indiana, is now a football school. I have heard Indiana fans sad that they didn't make the move on Dusty May, because in their perfect world they could have had May and Signetti.
Yes. Oh my God.
And could be like lighting up the world. Everyone now knows they got Cuban behind them, which probably makes a lot of people hate them and love them at the same time. Indiana projected to be a 3-point favorite here.
Iowa played Purdue incredibly tough last night in West Lafayette. You know, Iowa's basically the D2 team. Remember their Drake.
Yeah.
Drake last year was Northwestern State or whatever. Or what was that? Northwestern, Southwest North. The D2 school Ben McCollum came from. Then now that like Bennett Sturts and everybody, they transferred up to Iowa, and Iowa's been playing really good this year. I thought they played really well last night despite losing that game. But it is the second leg of a back-to-back away, and the staples are sharp. I'm on the Hoosiers here. I just think, you know, we just kind of hit on that. We like to fade the second end of that back-to-back away. Also, they're a little offensively challenged at times, which I think, you know, second game on the road, back-to-back away, your legs can cost you more the second game than the first game. And this place will be lit. Another thing is Indiana just got drilled at Michigan State. So I think it's a get right spot for DeVries and company. Give me the Hoosiers. Lay it.
Agreed. And it's Northwest Missouri State was the D2 school.
Yeah. Lay the chalk here with Indiana at home. I mean, to Colby's point, Iowa has been playing pretty solid basketball.
I've seen a lot of people lay out,
and they've been fiery on the road, but
the weekend travel plans, the ideal weekend travel plans for an Indiana fan. You hit this game. And you catch
a station wagon.
You catch a flight after the game, or maybe you drive.
Midwesterners don't fly, right?
Oh, they do now. I've been told that everything I've said about them is wrong, and they're all wealthy, flying private. So then you go to your private jet, you fly out down to South Beach, you enjoy a nice day by the sun and sand on Sunday, and you take in the national championship on Monday,
and watch Miami beat the shit out of them.
No, I don't think that will happen. I think, in fact, I got some.
Oh, that is pretty.
Coffee cup. There,
I win. Google me. That is a pretty badass cup.
I did
send one to the studio there.
I did get some DMs that I needed to talk to you about your Miami love.
Cool. Well, they can DM me. My DMs are open.
They felt it was very
what
disgusting.
kind of pussies are afraid to directly DM me and have you as your go through? You claim to get all these messages, and I think it's just all bullshit.
Oh, you think it's all all right?
Yeah,
I'll provide evidence. Iowa State, Cincinnati, 11 a.m. here on the West Coast. 6.5 point favorites for Iowa State, and the mayor. Colby, what are we doing here?
You say the mayor? No, the mayor's at Nebraska. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he was at Iowa State.
I know. Just showing people my deep knowledge.
Kramer. We're gonna get bad reviews.
We'll see. People generally like to leave the bad reviews about mistakes you make, not mistakes I make. I'll let you know if the DMs hit me up about.
Yeah, the DMs only point out my mistakes. They never highlight Kramer's mistakes.
Yeah, pretty much. Colby.
Well, look, Cincinnati is the epitome of a desperate team. They cashed last night against Colorado. Wes Miller, this job's about to open. He needs wins, probably more than Porter Moser at Oklahoma. I would say he might be Exhibit A is the most desperate coach to get wins. Having the number 2 team in Iowa State come there, here's your opportunity, coach. Problem is Iowa State just got drilled at the Fog in Kansas, and I really doubt they lose back-to-back away games because this Iowa State team is super good. So you can have all the Skyline chili you want.
Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein.
That kind of feels like that Cincinnati, whatever that animal is, that Cincinnati's mascot is right there.
Yeah, it looks like a
feels like he might be turning into something.
You know those videos of the bears coming out of hibernation? They just look complete dog shit. That's what this mascot looks like. No, I'm with you. This is tough because if Iowa State had won in the Fog, this feels like it would almost be an autoplay on Cincinnati. But since they lost, and not only they lost, but they got worked. And this Iowa State team has pride. It is a back-to-back, but I'm making the exception here. I'm with you, Colby. Give me the Iowa State laying the 6.5.
Same. Shout out to Hard T in Discord. Quote, your boys are smoking rocks. Indiana's the better team, more experience, much better coach. Lay the points and sprinkle the alt. Got to talk to him.
I mean, I still took Indiana to win. So, I mean,
that's a different alt.
Yeah.
He's playing both sides.
Right?
Already?
8.5 point spread. It's 9.5, I think now when I woke up today. Right.
Yeah,
so it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, there's a lot of games that stay within those numbers. All right.
My goodness.
There's a lot of guys.
So he's taking the
girlfriends in that back room. Hey buddy, a lot of guys' girlfriends are back there. It's such a great Wayne's World line.
We're all on Iowa State.
Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Back
Milwaukee.
to Chicago. Yeah, all over the
Consensus play on the clones.
Let's head to. Well, I don't know why this game's on the card. Honestly, we're gonna head to Normal, Illinois. 11 another 11 a.m. tip here on the West Coast. Bradley and Illinois State. Illinois State projected to be 7-point favorites. Why are we talking about this game, Colby?
Isn't this a college basketball show?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we generally talk like you talk about all the games. We talk about the games people care about.
Okay, well, I mean, Bradley has been just kind of a great mid-major program for a long time. Illinois State's the favorite in the Valley. This series goes back to 1905. Kramer, what were you doing then? This is a great rivalry game, and I think it's one of the better games Saturday. So my job as head of college basketball for SGPN is to put the best games on the slate.
Okay.
I didn't know that we were looking for the ones that like because we should have gone more TMZ.
We need to bring back the 6-pack. I think Sean just bring back Colby's favorite games.
This is a great game. Illinois State just got upset by Indiana State. We were on that one on the TCE show. You guys should subscribe. We're giving away winners.
No free plugs.
Google him. He gives out winners.
Google me. I give out winners.
We need to get that as a Dundee shirt.
Yeah.
Saying Google, we give out winners. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
But I'm on Illinois State to bounce back. Bradley though has been a team that has been kind of growing up right before our eyes. If you caught the game against Evansville the other night, they came back
1-OT.
Jaquan Johnson, this dude. Listen to the stat line in that game: 35 points, 5 boards, 7 assists, 6 steals. Good God, is that Oscar Robertson? I'm
going against you, Colby. I get the Illinois State bounce back situation at home, and certainly the idea of fading Bradley after an OT win and a back-to-back road spot. Normally, situationally, I would agree, but Bradley pretty good at the line, and Illinois State, the Redbirds, they almost got it home, and that was a crazy game that you were at, Colby, for football. They've lost 3 in a row. I think this game's going to be a little bit closer. And you talk about Bradley growing up in front of our eyes. Man, Bradley's looked pretty decent on the road here, including I don't know. They keep it competitive. So they stay within 10 against Belmont, who's a much better team. Or noticeably better, at least power ranking wise. So I think I don't think Bradley's going to go out without a fight. So I'll take the 7. Kramer, what are you doing?
Interesting nugget about the stadium. It's one of the most popular volleyball stadiums to watch a game in. Top 10 in the nation in volleyball attendance for all colleges. Right here at beautiful Illinois State. Now, both of you. We talked about this game without addressing the logo that Colby has here for Bradley, which looks like, did they make this during the short
gargoyle?
short period. Yeah, but this gargoyle looks like it was made around 2021, maybe 2022 in the inclusive
I put this
phase.
there for you. I put the. We know you're the.
What is this?
Master.
What is this? Gargoyle's pronouns.
I don't. Yeah,
His dexterity is through the roof. Roll that 20-sided dice, Kramer.
I think it looks like he's trying to show off his dexterity.
Kramer, we don't have a bathroom that can accommodate Bradley and his lifestyle choices.
I mean, yeah. Can he find a bathroom? He might be a eunuch. Based on those shorts,
there's nothing in there.
Maybe it's
Kramer,
female.
what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm with Colby on Illinois State.
You know a good favorite when you see it.
Well, when in doubt, and when Colby pulls out these bullshit teams, you just take the chalk. It's a simple system. 11:15 a.m. now. We're heading to Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson, Miami. I wonder if the Miami fans will take the road trip up before the Natty on Monday. Miami catching 6 according to Colby. A great Clemson logo. That looks like 70s where they still smoking cigarettes before the games.
We need to bring that back.
That's what we're missing.
Wouldn't that be great?
I mean, I do
get an alt league where they do that.
Just
well, they really, everyone always joked, hey, they need to do a steroid Olympics.
Yeah.
And then they actually ended up doing a version of that, the juice games or whatever it was.
I don't think people really cared.
No one cared. They're like, this would be awesome. And then of course no one actually watched it, but a league that requires smoking, I'm in.
That'd be great too. I would go catch some games.
You know what it would be? It would be like you have to. Okay, so not only do you need to play the basketball game, but each team needs to get through a pack of cigarettes.
Yes.
And it has to be.
And they're like, go to their booth. Wait, he didn't fully inhale.
Well, no,
all the fans should be smoking too. Like if you go, I want just a cloud of smoke.
Have you ever heard about
like
guys?
Cypress Hill concert. Right?
Have you heard the guys talk about when they like playing over in China and stuff like back in the day, and it's just these or Russia, like these smoky arenas, just. Anyway, Miami, Clemson, 6-point spread. What are we doing here, Colby?
Oh, well, I mean, first, this is for second place in the ACC right now. Dukes and Clemson are tied at the top. Miami's a half game back. Jai Lucas, the son of John Lucas, has done an unbelievable job in year one at Miami. He was a John Shire assistant at Duke before that, a Rick Barnes assistant at I think it was Texas when he was at. But he's got a great coaching background with some of the coaches and obviously his father. Huge game here. Look, Miami's been an unbelievable story. They really have been, but I think the Clemson crowd here and the fact Brownell's team, which wasn't supposed to be great this year, he's really built this program up, man. They remember they had that, what was it? The Elite Eight run a couple years back. I think Clemson gets them, but this is obviously one of the best games Saturday, man. As far as stakes, this is a gigantic game.
Number's probably a little bit too big, but I hate this guy. And anytime I fade him, it's a problem. Miami, the fade on Miami doesn't apply to the basketball program for me either. So give me Miami, or I'm sorry, give me Clemson.
Clemson.
Miami, just so people know this is an objective take.
Miami 5 percentage points lower than Clemson. So I think this could come down to the number, and I'll take Clemson. I think they just edge it out. It's going to be a good game though.
I hate this coach.
Google him. Kramer hates him.
He's the new. Well, first it was Josh Pastner a couple of years back, and now it's been like 3 years of me never getting a Clemson game right.
Shout out to Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna bet you picks, props, sides, total, and their parlay optimizer. They got you covered for all sports, including college hoops. Love me some college hoops, and there's a ton of games. Colby and TCE crew cover them all, but it's good to have some data here as well. If you're watching live, Gonzaga at Washington State. Rhythm likes the over here at 157.5. It's one of their sharp signals, and of course, you can build your own college basketball model. Start building some winners. It's very easy to build the model. Just adjust the sliders. Next thing you know, you're spitting out models and winners. Download the Rhythm app today. RITHMM. If you want to go premium, you can use our promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off. Promo code SGPN25. The rhythm is gonna betcha. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is your place to go. Get in on the action. They got a bunch of drafts going for NFL playoffs. Of course, the pick'ems. Kramer and I just gave out our pick'em we like here for the divisional round of the playoffs. And of course, check it out. They got college basketball as well. Colby, I don't know. Are there any? Are there numbers not up yet?
No, I got you for something here.
Oh, you
we're
do?
gonna go. I mean, they have some for tonight, but since we're not going to cover that, we have the Kansas Baylor game for Friday. They do have.
Oh, perfect.
Let's take Darren Peterson, the star freshman for Kansas. I like him higher than 4.5 rebounds.
Okay.
You look at what he's done lately. He had 5 boards against Iowa State. He had 6 against West Virginia. He's actually had more than 4.5 boards 6 straight games. You have to go back to December 7th, the last time he didn't hit this. And he's a freshman, getting more and more minutes with each game. So let's go. And then on the other side of that, with Baylor, Cameron Carr, I'm going to take the lower 22.5 points, rebounds, assists. They're obviously at the Fog, where I think that will have an impact. He's a young kid, underclassman. He only had 2 rebounds last game out, and that was at Oklahoma State. So to me, that right there, 6 assists he had in that particular matchup, 17 points. That would still hit under for actually no, that would hit 23. But anyway, I don't think it will translate to the Fog. At Oklahoma State's a different animal than at the Fog. So let's take the lower points, rebounds, and assists on Cameron Carr.
So higher Darren Peterson, 4.5 rebounds. Lower Cameron Carr, 4.5 rebounds. And get started today with a nice little bonus. Play $5, get $75 in bonus entries. Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN.
And surely we're at the home stretch now. Oh no, Colby, we had to talk about Bradley, Illinois State, so we're behind. Arkansas, Georgia, and my boy Blue Cane are laying 1.5 points per Colby. Obviously, I'm on Georgia. What are you doing, Colby?
Well, I mean, Georgia Snow White's got these guys playing, Mike Snow White, and Blue Cane, but they got upset yesterday, and we called it. Or when I say
overtime,
myself, Chris Beard, 10.5 point dogs on the money line, taking down Georgia. Arkansas, I think, is getting better as the season goes along. Georgia's good, but I don't think they're Arkansas good, especially athletically. I think Arkansas is going to get them in Athens. Back-to-back losses for Snow White and your boy Blue Cane.
I like what I've seen out of this Arkansas team, and they've been pretty solid on the road. They won at Ole Miss. I think they can get this win here, and yeah, did not play great against Auburn, but I like the way they're playing overall. I'm with Colby. Woo pig suey. Give me Arkansas and the 1.5. Kramer on the dogs.
For Calipari, that's some good prosciutto. That's the woo pig suey. He eats the pig. Nebraska, explaining that one. Nebraska, Northwestern. Now we talk about the mayor. Northwestern laying 5, Colby, and in Evanston, 1 p.m. tip on the
Northwestern's laying 5. No, Nebraska would be laying 5.
Yeah, I think I might have messed that up. Nebraska laying 5.
Yeah, come on. Nebraska's undefeated.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Reading the projection that Colby put in the sheet,
I'm jumping in because it's wrong.
I didn't make the projection.
Yeah, that's all right.
Nebraska laying 5.
I mean, guys, Nebraska's 17-0.
It's insane.
17-0.
It's insane.
This is one of the better stories in college sports. I mean, if you only could remember how bad they were in the 80s and 90s, short of Eric Piatowski, the former Clipper, I think 1 year they were like, and even with that, like they barely made the tournament. Like this is unbelievable here. 17-0, but the loss is coming at some point. To me, I have it pinpointed to this Saturday or next. This is obviously at Northwestern. The other one's at the Barn, taking on Minnesota. One of these teams is taking them down here. I'm taking a shot on Chris Collins and Northwestern. They've lost a bunch in a row. I think they're a better team than their record represents. Give me Northwestern to knock off.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
They storm in Evanston with these nerds, right?
They still don't respect Nebraska basketball. They're only laying 5. against Northwestern. What the fuck are we talking about? Big Red Machine is a machine. You can get cute because what Colby's going to do is keep picking against Nebraska, and then yes, eventually they'll lose a game and they'll go, "I called it."
Hey,
but what about all those other ones? Nebraska,
true,
don't get cute.
Look, yeah, the media deemed Michigan they released an article they're going to go 40-0. And the next night they almost lose to Penn State. They barely get by. Right. The next game after that they do lose at home to Wisconsin. The pressure builds up, man. And I'm telling you, this becomes bulletin board material for all these teams. There's a reason why no one's done this shit in our lifetime, right? Northwestern's going to get them. It's either Northwestern or Minnesota. I think Northwestern's going to get them because I feel like Northwestern has been chippier and they've lost a bunch in a row. Minnesota's been playing pretty good back and forth, grabbing wins, grabbing losses. I think Northwestern, knowing the desperate spot, and I also think Nebraska, because it is Northwestern who's lost a bunch in a row, they're probably looking past them a little bit. So let's go. Chris Kyle.
He's getting so cute with this one. It's disgusting.
It feels a little cute.
It's disgusting. I mean, lay the points, give me the chalk. And due to the fact that they're actually on a 21 game winning streak because they won the Vegas tournament, postseason tournament last year.
What was that called again? That's called the
yeah, what was that called? The one that they had out in Vegas, Sean, that the invitational something.
I wanted to say it was the challenge, but it's not. It's the Crown. The Crown.
The Crown. Yeah, Circa was a sponsor of it. Yeah, I assume they're running that back this year. All right, Arizona, UCF. Another 1 p.m. tip here. We're in Orlando.
Keep this momentum going because Arizona just took down Arizona State last night. That was a close game, 2-point game with like a minute left. They're 17-0. And now you head to Orlando, Florida. Not a traditional power, but Johnny Dawkins, former DeMatha High School kid. But, 14-2, UCF flying under the radar. I think they storm here. Give me UCF. Arizona, look, it's hard.
Now you're talking, Colby.
Yeah, it's hard to keep focused for all these games. And UCF is actually like a legit. I can't, like, it's shocking that they're not ranked to me. They should be ranked. It's just because they're not a traditional power. They're 14-2, and one of their losses is to Vanderbilt, who was undefeated until last night. So
I'm with you. This is the dog we like, Central Florida, because Arizona, they just beat their rival. Now you got to travel onto the East Coast, much more difficult spot against a much better team. Part of the reason I don't like Northwestern is because Northwestern not nearly as good as UCF. And you highlighted UCF's a legit team this year.
And one of the things to monitor about this UCF team as we go forward, Dawkins' approach in the portal was to go get a bunch of old players, right? They're incredibly old for a college basketball team. I think that will travel come March.
Yeah.
Give me UCF.
Just like football, even more so probably. Grown men on a basketball court are going to beat kids on a basketball court. That's just obvious. Worth noting, UCF has Iowa State on a road game, and Iowa State on deck too. Brutal stretch for them. Home dog, give it to me. On money line, we're playing that. We're getting a paper ticket on that, Sean. That'll be my 5 a.m. trip to the book on Saturday to talk to the overnight guy. Duke, Stanford. We're in Palo Alto. 3 p.m. tip. Duke's laying 5.5. This is a big time Illuminati matchup here.
Hey, who would have thought? Who would have thought that Stanford and SMU would be such great additions in basketball? Stanford's 2-0 in the ACC against North Carolina after last night's win.
Well, I mean, we were on the Hubert Davis as a donkey train way before everyone else.
It's Dominic the donkey.
Well, is this not the other side of the system we were kind of talking when we were talking Big Ten, but Duke out on the West Coast, second game.
They look great against Cal last night, specifically in the second half with the Boozer brothers. But I'm actually going to take a shot on Stanford here, man. I think Kyle Smith, they're 14-4. You saw them win at Virginia Tech and beat down those pussies who are afraid to play.
Now this is a fun parlay. Stanford on the money line, UCF on the money line. Now we're cooking with gas, and it's the back-to-back West Coast spot. Good time to fade Duke.
What I think if I didn't say it, Colby is projecting 5.5 for Duke here. I do think
good. Stanford's a tournament team this year. I think.
I do think the number will be a little bit bigger, but I'm also
Duke will get that love probably a little bit, maybe up to 7.5. But
see that we just adjusted the number of 7.5.
No, Colby's you can't lock him down. He's squirrely. With
I know. So make it 7.5. Give me Stanford. I think like you said, this is a fun money line angle.
Yeah,
I like the travel home dog parlay angle. St. John's, Villanova. We're in Philly. 5 p.m. tip. Nova projected to be 2.5 point favorites. Is this not on campus?
No, this is at the Sixers.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
Oh my God. Why?
And Pitino's found something, I think, with 3 straight wins. Meanwhile, Willard is doing an unbelievable job, way beyond my expectations in year 1 at Villanova. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. Big win at Providence the other night, sticking it to those
fuck
jackasses.
those pieces of shit.
I think he's going to meet his match here. I think the Johnnies are going to get the win in Philly. Give me Pitino to come down there and figure things out. 4 straight wins for the Johnnies.
Colby, do you think St. John's is going to win?
No.
It's weird that you picked him. Give me Villanova, baby. You nailed it. Villanova is going to get this done. They're favored for a reason. I think this might even be closer to just to pick them than 2.5. But either way, I do think they will close the small favorite. But this Villanova team at home, come on. The arena will be rocking. It's off campus, very fun environment. Give me Villanova here. St. John's
very fun environment. He says, "Call me." This is styles make fights. Will Villanova slow it down or St. John's speed it up? To your point, I didn't watch the last game, but the game before that. To your point on Pitino's body language on the sideline makes me think he's feels like something's starting to get sorted out here. So give me St. John's.
They fired their general manager, and there's speculation that he might have been a degenerate.
Oh, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta send them upstate, get them out of the picture for a little bit. Last one. So Sean's shockingly on Villanova. Colby and I are on the right side.
They're good.
Their coach sucks. He's eventually going to show that he sucks. It will come against a great coach like Pitino. BYU, Texas Tech, 2 of the more electric sports programs to watch in the upcoming years as they juice up their sports programs. 5 p.m. tip here on the West Coast. Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech laying 3.5. They keep a nice program. Colby, are you laying the points?
And BYU is 16-1. Obviously, the first pick in the draft. If you watch college hoops, the Bansa, they're the big man for BYU. He's amazing. Dog. Watching him versus Toppin, it's gonna be incredible to watch because Toppin's been balling out for the Red Raiders. I'm gonna take a shot on BYU here. Texas Tech, even though they've beaten some of the better teams, they do have long droughts where they have long droughts where they don't score, and I think BYU can do enough with. I mean, this is just an NIL heaven team right here with BYU. All their guys, they have enough scoring options where I think they could be a real threat to Texas Tech. And they're battle tested. They went on the road to UConn, almost beat UConn in Boston Garden or whatever the fuck they're calling their new stadium. I think BYU pulls off the upset. Let's go.
I'm with you, Colby. They're a small dog. I think they can win outright here. Much better at the line, almost 6%. And free throws travel. I think this BYU team plays clean brand of basketball, very efficient offensively, 8th in the nation, and then top 20 in defense as well. I mean, this is I don't play a ton of future stuff because I feel like, or at least this time of the year, but I feel like they're going to be someone we should be taking a look at when it comes when the brackets are out, because I think they're going to be a fun tournament team as well. So all over the Cougs here as a small dog. Kramer, what are you doing?
Probably the right side with the points, but I'll disagree with you guys. This is going to be the littest atmosphere they've been in. And good luck. Texas Tech wins by margin.
Throw those tortillas.
Throw them. Bring them in.
Yeah, I've got no problem with throwing tortillas.
Time for 3 locks and a dog. Brought to you by Novig. If you haven't signed up over on Novig, what are you waiting for? Download the Novig app. Use that promo code SGPN. Spend $5, get $50. That's Novig. Who needs Vig? America's #1 sports prediction market. That's Novig. Promo code SGPN. Available in a ton of states. Colby, 3 locks and a dog.
We're gonna lock up Vanderbilt against Florida, laying the 5.5 on that fucked up court. We are gonna lock up Arkansas to beat Georgia outright.
Oh, steal my locks.
Right? We are going to lock up.
Going against Blue Cane, huh?
I'm gonna go with Indiana laying the 3 against Iowa. The dog is the very Golden Knights of UCF.
Oh,
Right.
Love it. All right. Seeing the board pretty similar. Locked in. Ohio State -3.5 first lock for me. Vandy -5.5 second lock. Third lock Arkansas plus the 1.5. Little small dog there. And then I'll take BYU on the money line. I do like UCF as well. I think Stanford also probably in the mix there if you want to round robin those. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think we'll do a bunch of travel related bets this week. So we'll lock up UCF, we'll lock up Stanford, we'll lock up Ohio State.
Okay.
And then we'll make St. John's the dog.
St. John's on the money line. So for me, I will toss out a Stanford, UCF, BYU round robin money line parlay. Colby, any parlays you want to give out?
Ooh, I do like that. I will take UCF, St. John's, and Arkansas as a parlay. How about that?
St. John's, Arkansas, all on the money line, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I'm round robining mine. Kramer, do you want to give out a parlay?
Yeah, we're gonna go Stanford, St. John's, UCF round robin.
All right, there we go. Great show as always. Of course, subscribe to the College Experience wherever you get your podcasts live on YouTube. Daily college basketball picks pods. Pick Dundee and the crew got you covered. Picking all the games. ATS reminder: new year, new gear. 10% off everything in the merch store. Promo code 2026. Kramer and I will be back later this afternoon talking props. If you're watching live, YouTube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast. Answering all your questions and comments over on Spotify. While you're there, toss us 5 stars. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
for the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Go Hokies.
Kramer, let it ride.